There are so many challenges we run into when we see that blank canvas or a blank piece of paper. On one side, oh yay, there's so many possibilities, and that is true, and that is an emotion I often feel when I look at that blank canvas. But also the emotion of, where do I even start? It's kind of like when you're gonna clean out your closet and you look in there and it's just everything's been shoved in there for years. I don't even know where to start on this. That feeling is really normal when you're getting started on a project. The painting that I've been working on lately is a marine life for my own office, so I knew what colors I needed to go with. I knew that I wanted my canary tuna in it. I want to have my red-eye tree frog glitch floating on a bottle in the water. I knew certain elements that I wanted, but every time I would get started, and those of you who are on my Patreon Discord, you know what I have been, the constant like back and forth. Should I do that? Should I do this? And I haven't started yet. It took me like 2 weeks to even get started. Even once I had all the reference photos that I needed to get started, one of my least favorite parts about starting a painting is getting the background done. Once I get the background done, I'm addicted and I just can't step away from it. Like I'll paint nonstop. I did that yesterday and the day before. But getting started is such a challenge. One of the things you've got to do is tell yourself, I'm just going to get started. Get the reference photos you need, but I'm just going to, even if it's, I'm going to paint for half an hour tonight or draw for half an hour. I just need to do 30 minutes and then I can stop. When you're in that place of, I don't know where to start, I don't know what I want to do, anything, even if it was just painting a blank solid grayish purple that I needed for my background. That alone would have been something. Do something, do anything. It is better than sitting back going, I don't know where to start. And even with me, I know where to start. I've done marine paintings a million times. I know exactly where to start. And even me, I look at that going, but I don't know where to start. Like it's just such a normal part of the process. So don't be discouraged when that moment hits. But what you've got to do is give yourself 30 minutes. Just tell yourself, I just need it, just 30 minutes at the easel. Chances are, even if you're not in the mood to paint, you're not in the mood to draw, that 30 minutes will be enough to get you started, and then you're gonna be in the mood. Then you're gonna be excited to get going. But once you start, and this is a piece that I've been working on, just so you can get a visual here. This is how far I've gotten on this one. It is a 30-inch round, and you can see there's tuna. I mean, even with tuna, my canary, I didn't know, do I want to paint him more yellow like he currently is, but he's a red factor, so when he gets the proper diet for when he molts again, he'll be more red. I went back and forth. I was so hung up on every possible choice I could make on this painting. Do I want this? Do I want that? Just start? And that's the other thing. It is very, very common to get so hung up on the details, so hung up on every choice. Do I want it this way? Do I want it that way? Do I want this background? Do I want that background? You don't get anywhere. Make a decision. This is not going to be your final painting or drawing. And this is something that I've seen a lot with students when I worked with them in person. They would spend days trying to figure out what project they wanted to even start. So they're paying me so they can sit there looking at photos for 2 hours. You could have done that at home. You didn't need me for that, but they couldn't settle on something. And I was running into that to an extent on this one. And I had to even stop myself and go, this isn't the last painting I'm going to do. This is not that big of a deal. When you hit that wall of, I can't decide what to do next. I can't decide where to go forward. This isn't your only painting. You're going to paint hundreds of paintings after this. Pick something and do it. Get started. And in my case with that painting, once I got started, the sky and the entire underwater portion, the rays of light, the sand bed, all of that was done in a single night. It was a long night. I was up till 3 in the morning, but I got that done in one night because once that brush hit the canvas and I got started, I just started with the sky and then worked my way forward. I was hooked. Now I had somewhere to go. I knew what I was doing. Once I was no longer just staring at a blank white canvas. Then the next day, yesterday, which is not even one of my normal painting days, I was just so hooked on this. I got glitch painted in on the bottle. I got tuna painted in. I got the water painted. I got all that done yesterday, but I had to start. I spent 2 weeks. And realistically, while yes, I needed those reference photos, how much time did I waste because I couldn't make a choice? All I need, pick one and paint it. You can paint something else later if you don't like it. If you want something else, you want tuna in a different position, do it again later, but just get started. Why waste 2 weeks when I could have been working on this? I could have been working on, actually I was working on something because I had to get stuff done for Patreon. So your Inktense Frog is now available for those of you who are waiting for a lesson. That is up now. But just get started on something. Don't waste time not being able to make decisions. Don't waste time looking at that blank canvas feeling intimidated by it, and that is a normal feeling. Just pick something, get started. The only way that you can waste your art materials, and I have seen people do this, they're just worried about wasting the materials. I get it, they're expensive. The only way you can waste your painting supplies, your drawing supplies, is to not use them. That is the only waste of those supplies.